Stop it, B. Back again. Y'all know what it is. You see it. StopItB.com. Go to StopItB.com, copy gear. Anyway, we want to talk to all the slaves out there for a second. My real slaves out there. Some of you don't even know you slaves. Uh-oh. As soon as I said slaves, a couple of you rolled back into American slavery and you thought I was talking about black people. Nope. I'm talking about those of you who don't make the rules. A lot of you out there who don't make the rules. What makes you slaves? We'll go into that in a second, but let me just put this out there. Here's a democracy as I learned it in government class. Democracy means people vote and the majority vote rules. Well, we know that's not necessarily true in America because there's electoral college. Some of you think that's the same thing as Everest College. Shut up. This ain't for you. Stop it, B. Now, moving forward, what am I talking about when I call people slaves? That's rude. We don't want to be slaves. Well, I'm pretty sure that no slave has ever wanted to be a slave. Here's the problem. You feeding into your own slavery. There's some good talking ass dudes out there right now justifying the slave master's rules just to hold me down. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. It's a guy making $9 an hour talking about, I don't think it's fair that my tax money has to pay for all the bullshit going on in Washington, D.C. Sir, maybe you're not aware of this, but your tax money doesn't pay for shit. You make $9 an hour. All your tax money comes back to you. You keep your tax money. My tax money pays for your freedom to say that dumb shit. Stop it, B. You know what else? You know what else? See, that's the slave mentality. Let me tell you how slave mentality works. You got some slaves, we'll call them house slaves. Usually they were the light of the slaves. You'll figure it out in a minute. Usually they were the light of the slaves. Now the house slaves always thought the field slaves were ignorant. The house slaves always thought the field slaves were getting a little too much and were too uppity and weren't deserving of what they were getting. Let's talk through that real quick. Weren't deserving of what they were getting. We've already talked about the fact that there's a work requirement for welfare. You do have to work. Even though the commercials are slick and they make you feel like you don't have to, you do. Your punk ass got to get a job. So when you're talking about Lakeisha out in the projects with 27 babies who's just sitting on her ass every day collecting a welfare check, she doesn't exist. Lakeisha got to get her punk ass up to get a job too, or go to school or something, or she's not getting a check. So the house slaves have this mentality about the field slaves that somehow they're better. Who gave them that mentality? Massa. Massa told them they was better because Massa let them in just a little bit closer. Massa gave them some type of privilege that made them think because they were privileged that it was their God-given right to be better. Think it through, it'll come to you in a minute. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you got these house slaves out there telling the field slaves that they don't deserve the entitlements they're getting. Well, let me tell you something about entitlements. If I'm a field slave and I'm working my ass off every day and you're giving me food, shelter, and clothing, not only are you not giving me entitlement, but you're not giving me what I'm supposed to get, which is the right to earn more. You bastards are holding me back. And then you got the house slave telling me that what I am getting, the little bit of crumbs that I am getting, the tripe and the chitlins that I am getting, is some type of an entitlement? Are you serious? Stop it, B. It's not an entitlement. You know what an entitlement is? I'm entitled to have the same opportunity that Massa had. Massa gonna look his punk ass at me and say, well, if you just worked as hard as I did, you could be a master too. No, the hell I couldn't. Situation doesn't allow that. You know it doesn't allow that, even if it's not constitutionally not allowed. Well, every now and then, one slave breaks through, or two slaves break through, and they parrot that. They throw the little light on them. See, if you just work hard, you could be a master too. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. He slipped through the cracks and you pissed off about it. That's why you keep trying to get him arrested for bullshit. Stop it, B. Keep that man off TMZ. You'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, moving forward. If you're making $9 an hour, B, you're not paying for anybody's anything. You're not paying for anybody's anything. You're not paying for your anything. Matter of fact, you're probably getting Medicare and I'm paying for that. That's right. I'm paying for that. Stop it, B. Stop parroting the master's mentality. You're not doing anything. Figure out what you need. Until we all have the real potential to be masters of our own destiny, this is a bullshit system. You're all full of shit. Stop it, B. I'm out. Go to StopV.com, copy shirts.